What's good? J Sauce reacts, back another video, back another reaction. Hope you're smelling good, feeling good, looking good, 24/7, never lack. And y'all already know, y'all see the timestamp on this video, bro. Go ahead, get your popcorn, get your snacks, go get your blunt, go get whatever you need to relax while we get into this. Now, y'all said the last UK video I reacted to with I reacted to the story of Suspect. Y'all said that I shouldn't have started with that one because it was like a lot. It was too much going on. Like, hey, it was so much information to retain. It was ridiculous. I did not retain, I ain't gonna say any of it, but like a cool 60% I did not retain, bro. You feel me? So y'all said I should start off. Y'all, bro, shout out to you. You know who you are. You gave me a nice little list of the things I should react to. So I could get a better understanding, and this one was actually already in my queue, and it's funny because that was the first one on your list. So yeah, let's just go ahead and hop into it and see what's happening.
UK drill has come a long way since its roots, from its underground and heavily Chicago influenced start to a now more commercial and cleaned up genre. If we was to tell people back in 2012 that 10 years later that drill artists would be getting hundreds of millions of views and be getting nominated for Brit Awards, they'd think you're crazy, but it's happened. Let's look into how the genre even started in the first place and how a deadly feud in South London got us all the way here. Let's get into it.
Yeah, because I want to know, like, I guess he about to explain it, but I want to know, like, where did drill came out of nowhere for me. You feel me? Like, it was New York and UK were the only two that I heard making drill music. So who came up with the drill music first?
Before I get into this video, I just want to give a quick shout out to Emma Sleep Beds.
Boy, ain't no shout out for me, ain't no shout out.
So the drill sound as a whole originally started in Southside Chicago with some.
Oh, so Chief, that's drill music, bro. Damn, it is. If you think about it, that's crazy. Okay.
Early artists to create the sound being big Chicago rapper Chief Keef and the now deceased Little Jojo in the early 2010s, which is a whole different story for another video. But it didn't take too long for London to start adopting the sound, with one of the first UK drill songs to come out in 2013 when a couple guys from a Brixton gang called 150 dropping a song called It's Crackin', which was a heavy diss track to another opposition gang called 6-7 who are from an area called Brixton Hill. 6-7 even came back with their own diss drill song using the same beat as the song It's Crackin' and named it It's Fryin'. But it wasn't always like this. Just a few years before this, 6-7 and 150's area used to be cool. These times, 6-7's area, Brixton Hill, used to be called BHB, which was an abbreviation for the Brixton Hill Bullies, and 150's area, which is situated in the Brixton estate called Angeltown, used to be called Gas Gang, with both Brixton Hill and Brixton only being separated by one road. There are even some early tunes with both 6-7 and 150 members on the same track, but in the early 2010s this all changed and parts of Brixton started separating. Stuff started getting patchy in the area in 2010. Around these times, Gas Gang, who are now called 150,
but why? It didn't say why. Why did they start splitting up and ish like that? What became, like, understand it's a whole lot of people, it's a whole lot of opinions, it's a whole lot of thoughts. A lot needs to be said, and a lot of people ain't go accept certain things that certain people are saying. But like, how did they start beefing within their gang, bro, and started splitting up like that?
Having back and forth with another gang located around 7 minutes away in an area called the Lower Toes Hill, and the gang in that area was called TN1. But on July the 2nd, 2010, this back and forth took a turn for the worse. An affiliate of the TN1 gang, a 15-year-old kid who went by the name Little Zach, was making his way towards his pupil referral unit, which is pretty much a school for kids who have been kicked out of their mainstream school, normally for bad behaviour. Unfortunately, on some bad timing, 5 members of Gas Gang were also making their way towards his school. Before Little Zach could even get to his school gates, the Gas Gang members jumped out on him, and with Little Zach probably being so
bruh, they're chasing a 15-year-old? What did bro do, or what did he say for y'all to have that much smoke with him, bruh? Lil Zach, what did you do to them niggas, bruh? What the hell? They're literally chasing in the broad daylight. And it's the fact that the bystanders, everybody seeing this, they don't want to get involved. They're not seeing none of that. You feel me? They turned their head.
terrified and not thinking straight. Instead of running into his school, he tried to make a break for it on the road. He managed to get around 100 meters away, but was eventually cornered in the back garden and was repeatedly stabbed to death.
Damn.
This death was especially sad due to Little Zach, just a day before his murder, gave a speech at a London conference about how he wanted to leave the gang life behind him and move on. Little Zach also—
That's how it always happens, bro. So, okay, he was in the gang and shit like that. Okay. So he technically didn't say nothing or piss him off. They just caught him lacking, you feel me? And the fact, it's always the point in time where they trying to make it out of the streets and then they get dragged back in and get killed, bro. It's crazy. What the hell?
suffered from sickle cell, leading him to be very small for his age. 5 teenagers were sentenced for this murder, one being a big gas gang rapper on the scene called JJ. He was actually identified literally by his nose poking out of his hoodie on the CCTV. The murder of Little Zach made politics weird in the area, including people from Brixton Hill who are
bro, all them niggas had the same nose just right there. How did they recognize the nigga from his nose, bro?
Poking out of his hoodie on the CCTV. The murder of Little Zach,
bro, look at his nose.
Made politics weird in the area.
I ain't gonna say it, bro, in the back, but
including people.
Bro, look, bro, him right there, him, and bro, they got the same. What the?
From Brixton Hill, who are civil with both TN1 and Gas Gang. This situation, alongside a few more situations, caused a massive divide between Brixton Hill and Brixton. Around the same time, the Chicago drill scene started popping off, with the whole of London being tuned in to big Chicago rapper Chief Keef, which started slowly influencing the UK rap game. In 2012, both 6-7 and 150 started to become more active in the rap scene, with 6-7 having a couple rappers like Scribs and Dimsy, and 150 having a few rappers as well like Styx and M-Dog, rapping on old school UK rap beats. But around 2012 you could already start to see some early influence, which started showing when 150 rapper Styx dropped a song called Psycho in 2012. He starts the song off by saying Sosa baby, which is the same way how Chicago rapper Chief Keef would start off his song. The following year in 2013, this developed into 6-7, making probably the first drill diss track, with 6-7 members Scribs and Monkey making the diss track towards 150 called Really in the Field. A month later, 150 rappers Styx and M-Dog came back at 6-7 with the drill diss track that I mentioned previous called It's Crackin'. In 2014, more and more back and forth tracks between the two gangs continued, and in the same year, other gangs
See, I gotta listen to these tracks, bro. I gotta listen to these diss tracks so I could get a clear understanding, you feel me? I understand he's saying it right now, what diss tracks was dropped, but for me to understand, like, get a better insight of these artists and these people, you feel me? So I can have a, you know, like I said, just better insight. Excuse me. I think I need to react to their music and their diss tracks.
South London start to jump on drill beats as well, including 6-7 jumping on the same beat as the diss track 150 aimed at them called It's Crackin', turning this into the first UK drill beef. But this was also making the streets hot at the time, and less than a couple weeks after 6-7 dropped their diss track called It's Fryin', it was clear that this feud was just more than music. On February the 25th, 2014, a 6-7 member took a trip to Angeltown Estate, which is territory of the 150 gang, until he saw a member of 150 and started trying to run him down. A 150 rapper who went by the name SQ just happened to be driving past at the time and spotted the altercation and tried to hop out of his car and help his friend out. When SQ approached the 6-7 member, he was stabbed multiple times, with a stab wound hitting his heart, leaving him in critical—
Ooh, not in the heart. What would y'all rather, you feel me? I know it would rather be neither, but to get shot or to get stabbed. When you get stabbed, you feel that it's going piercing through you. You feel every millimeter of that knife, you feel me? But when you get shot, it's like kind of quick, and your adrenaline is a little higher, so you may not feel it as you getting shot, you feel me? But damn. Ooh, both of them ugly.
condition, and sadly later dying from his injuries. Around the same time,
Is she texting someone behind your back?
Not an
A
ad.
single Spokio search can help you find out who she...
7 started gaining more notoriety in the music scene, mainly due to a rapper from the gang called Scribs. But at the time, Scribs was on a couple cases, which in 2014 eventually ended up with him being banned from making music. But this didn't stop him, with Scribs changing his name to LD and dropping the biggest UK drill tune to come out at the time, called Live Coon. This done numbers, and people in the UK that never heard of drill certainly heard of it after this song, and this really put 6-7 on the map. After this, the group were getting millions of views on pretty much anything they put out there, while 150 was starting to struggle for views. But while 6-7 was starting to pick up momentum on their tracks, the streets were also starting to heat up. In 2015, a 6-7 rapper called SJ ordered a minicab from Kennerton in South London to an area called Herne Hill, also in South London. But halfway through his journey, his cab was spun by police, and once him and the cab were searched, he was found in possession of a revolver and was
And that's what y'all said, can't be caught with them guns, because that's an automatic 5 years. They don't play with them guns out there.
Sentenced to 5 years in prison. Unfortunately, this was deep into when 6-7 started seeing success, but this didn't really stop the gang's success, and 6-7 really turned drill from an underground sound to a genre which will be listened to all over the country, which was definitely clear when 6-7 was nominated for Best Newcomer in the 2016 Mobile Awards, which was a big statement for the genre. But while 6-7 was starting to receive musical success, 150 was starting to fall under the radar, until a 150 rapper called M24 started to jump on the scene, jumping on a feature with rappers from another gang in Brixton called Skengdo and AM, which done numbers. And he really started putting on for his gang, especially in 2019, featuring other members of his 150 gang on his songs, getting tens of millions of views. But while 150 was starting to rise up in the scene, 2019 proved to be a deadly year for this war. On March the 19th, a 6-7 rapper called Leaks was driving through Clapham in South London with his brother. Now Clapham is territory of a gang called CT, who are closely aligned with 150 and also beef 6-7.
Bro, this motherfucker, that Chapin had 5 streets on that bitch. Why is every area so small, bro? Every area got like 2 streets.
Closely aligned with 150 and also beef 6-7. Leaks' brother, who was driving at the time, turned into a street called Clapham Park Road when they drove into traffic. 2 members of the CT gang spotted Leaks in the passenger seat, one packed with a knife, the other with a walking crutch, and started to pursue the car and tried to spin his whip to avoid the traffic and get away. But unfortunately, while doing this, he crashed into a traffic light. One member of CT then lunged into the driver's seat while the window was open and stabbed Leaks' brother 3 times, while the other members started whacking him with the walking stick. The 6-7 rapper Leaks.
It's the fact y'all niggas out there whooping niggas with just pipes and ish that y'all see on the ground, because y'all really can't use no guns and shit like that, you feel me? They really out there handing out niggas ass whoopings, bruh.
Actually managed to pull a walking stick from the back seat and tried to protect his brother, but in less than 10 seconds of confrontation, it was too late, and Leaks' brother sadly died from his injuries. The saddest thing about his death, Leaks' brother, who was a father at the time, wasn't even involved in the gang life. A couple months after this, an 18-year-old affiliate of CT called Stomps was also killed, and the 6-7 member called Giant was convicted for the murder and sentenced to life. Around this time, 6-7 started falling off quite a bit on music, especially after 2 of their main rappers, called ASAP and LD, were locked up for a county line operation, which was shipping crack and heroin from South London to more than an hour away in Basingstoke. More 6-7 members were also booked in 2019, running different county line operations around the country, and another 6-7 rapper called ST just got sentenced to 8 years for possession of a revolver. It was starting to seem like 6-7's time of being the king of drill music was now over, at a time when 150
imagine getting that many years just for having a gun. You ain't even get to use it on a motherfucker. You ain't even get to use the shit. I would be pissed. I would be so pissed, bruh. Oh my gosh.
rappers like M24 and Stick were starting to make moves in the music scene. But while 6-7 was starting to become more quieter in the scene, affiliates of 6-7 from a nearby estate called RuPaul Park were starting to make some noise on the scene, with two rappers from the estate called VD and Dopey dropping a very rude song directed towards mainly 150 and CT called Local Shops. This song came with a lot of disses towards someone called S1. S1 was an 18-year-old CT member whose life was sadly ended in August 2019. S1 alongside one of his female friends were walking through Brixton when they were approached by a RuPaul Park member who went by the name TY. S1 and TY were seen conversing on the street, which ended with the pair going their separate ways. Around 30 minutes after the first altercation, S1 and his female friend were starting to make their way towards a nearby house and happened to walk past TY again. But this time, TY started to follow S1 and eventually approached him. This altercation was much more violent than the first, which ended in a fight with S1 being left with multiple stab wounds and sadly dying from his wounds. But after the success of their first song, VD and Dopey were starting to hit the booth more throughout 2019, and with RuPaul Park becoming more of a smaller batch, they were gonna start carrying the 6-7 name on their songs. But in September 2019, their music career was left on pause after VD and Dopey got into a situation outside the KFC in West London, which ended with VD stabbing a 17-year-old to death. VD and Dopey were both sentenced for this murder, but Dopey ended up beating the case. VD wasn't that lucky though, and he was convicted for the murder. By this time, drill had started to become more commercialized, and even though some other 6-7 members were starting to release tracks, they weren't really popping off.
So they really just started making UK drill songs just to diss the other side, you feel me? It was really no artistic structure behind it, you feel me? They didn't do it because they like making music, obviously, you feel me? They just wanted the ops to, you feel me, to know what the hell going on, you feel me? So damn,
as much as they used to, while the top drill artists like Tion Wayne and Russ Millions were dropping more catchy and rhythm based drill songs, 6-7 were still dropping more lyrically based and violent songs, which wasn't really with the times in 2020. But this is where 150 rapper M24 really started to pop off, even jumping on a hit song with Tion Wayne called London. A new rapper from 6-7 called PR started making some noise on the scene though, but again his songs were more lyrically based and were also really violent, which ended with police taking down a lot of his tracks due to the feds saying that his songs were inciting violence, especially due to the
damn, they strict like that over there. If your song just sound too violent, they taking that bit down. Damn.
bout of violence that was going on in Brixton at the time. But when we compare year by year crime statistics, Brixton crime has actually went down quite significantly, with it mainly due to the rundown estates in
Soak up the summer and choose that fit your packed calendar.
It's tough over there in the UK. It's tricky over there in the UK, but they figuring out a way around it, you feel me?
Vanquish the wicked.
Hella tricky.
Brixton, like 150's block called Angeltown, being knocked down and rebuilt with nice modern apartments, making the area look almost unrecognizable from its former state. But unfortunately, the estate still has a big issue with gang violence, with it still being the area where 150 members reside and chill, which also means it's a hotspot for enemies who are looking for 150 members to go to, which was clear on August 20th, 2020, around 6 PM. On this day, 150's rapper called Stick was celebrating his birthday on the Angeltown estate. So a rapper called 16 Shots, who's from an affiliate gang of 6-7, took a trip to the Angeltown estate that day. When he arrived, he managed to find 150 rapper Sticks and stabbed him in his face. But when 16 Shots tried to make an escape from the estate, multiple 150 members were catching wind to what just happened and started to chase him out the estate. But
hold on, let me hear. Well, before I'm about to say it, he say, but like, damn, you got stabbed in your face on your birthday? I will come back to haunt you, no Brent Fayez. What the hell?
once the gang caught up to him, the rapper 16
Like, bro, you couldn't wait till tomorrow after I'm done celebrating my birthday? Like, you gonna do this now?
a total of 33 stab wounds all over his body in front of herds of shocked onlookers. Not too long after, paramedics and police arrived at the scene after multiple calls about the incident. When the ambulance arrived, they tried to treat the wounds, but because there were so many, paramedics had to strip him naked in front of the residents of the estate, with 16 shots constantly begging for a blanket to cover him up. But the medical workers soon realized that the injuries were much worse than they thought, so they had to airlift him to a nearby hospital, where he sadly died later on. Sticks, along with a few more 150 members, were originally arrested for the murder, with some being released under investigation and some being released with no further action. But at the end of last year, after the feds had investigated the murder, another 150 rapper called M-Dog, alongside a few more members, got charged for the murder and are currently awaiting trial. M-Dog was actually quite a big pioneer for UK drill music, with him jumping on one of the first ever UK drill songs, which is sad to see him go out like that. And with another triple shooting on the Angel Town estate last year on September the 12th, leaving an affiliate of 150 called Chino dying, shows this beef has no signs of ending soon, despite both groups seeing musical success. Nowadays, UK drill is in a completely different place to how it was in 2013, with new age drill artists being judged more on their musical ability rather than what they've done on the streets. But it's impossible to have a conversation of the pioneers of UK drill music without talking about 6-7 and 150's launch of the genre.
What's up with the mask over there, bruh? I noticed a lot of people don't like showing their face over there. Like, what the hell?
Been your boy Kid Nerd, and peace out.
Damn, it's hectic over there. I like it. It's giving me the Chicago drill scene. You feel me? Yeah, man. I'm gonna continue to react to this. How long is this video? We 20 minutes in. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and end this right here where we at. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. J Sauce. I'm out there, ho.